Hello, guys. Welcome back to Reborn with Michael. Today, I'm talking about when I detach like this, everything started to manifest. And how many of you out there, right, have been wanting something to happen? A few of you have really responded to my story of winning my wife back, actually, in that SP video. How many of you have wanted something so much, but because you want it so much, it just feels to push further and further away from you? This is the art of detaching and how that draws everything to you. When you detach like this, you manifest it all. I actually just did a podcast today with my wife, by the way, guys, because of the wonderful response to that video. And we're thinking of talking about spirituality and growth together. If you'd like to see the video, I'll post it up tomorrow. But I want to see a few comments down below saying, I want to see it, okay? Now, when you detach like this, you will manifest. The truth of the matter is I need to tell you the breakdown of why we stop manifesting first and why detaching is important. When we're born as this sort of free spirit. But what we do is we create a personality because of the environment that we're in. And that personality isn't necessarily designed to make you do good things or achieve wonders or be able to manifest wonders, right? It's designed to keep you safe in a community. Part of our sort of genetic makeup is that we're herd animals, or pack animals, I should say, sorry, herd animals like cows, pack animals. So we create a personality to allow us to navigate through and be accepted in society and in life, right? So we do a lot of that as protection. So often that personality isn't necessarily built for your greatest good. It's built to keep you safe. And then within that personality, we start to create an identity with the things that we have and do in life. So reality becomes the part of us that we identify ourselves with. And when things start to go wrong or we want something to change, our identity collapses and it feels like the world is going to swallow and eat us up. The point of the matter is detachment is about understanding you're not your personality and you're not that identity. You're something else underneath it. You are the observer who's underneath it. And when you detach back from something, just like if you were trying to manifest love, if you're too needy, you're going to push it away. If you're too emotional, it's intense for someone. It's the same with manifestation and creation in any relationship, whether it's with money, your body, health, yourself. If it's too intense, if it has too much need in it, it's going to actually push it further away from you than when you detach back. So my point here is underneath that personality and identity is something sacred. It's called your conscious awareness. Now, I believe that's where the divine lives. And we are told that, the light kills the darkness. So when you start to become an observer from that consciousness and you can start to recognize the illusion that your personality and identity are creating, you start to realize that reality is an illusion. Because think about it, all of your problems without your emotional baggage on top of them are just situations. I try and think of examples sometimes, but the one example that I love is I'm in my office right now. Now, if a herd of bunnies, I'm using some weird terminology today, but let's say a load of bunnies came in, right? And for me, I think bunnies are awesome, so that could be a wonderful surprise. But to someone else, they're terrified of bunnies, so they're screaming, they're trying to jump out the window. They don't know what's going on. So my point to you is simply this. What's happened? What's changed? Are the bunnies suddenly violent towards the other person? No, it's the interpretation of the situation through the lens of the personality. So I'm saying to you, when it looks like things are going wrong, if you can start to detach back from it and realize that the only safety and security you have is within, is the God presence within you and around you, okay? You can detach back emotionally and you don't emotionally embrace the issue. See, even with me right now, I see reality like this. You have the inner world, which is God, and you have the outer world, which you could call the devil or the temptress, the snake in the Garden of Eden, in essence. It's there to tempt you into connecting to it, into forgetting who you really are, which is a divine being having a human experience, right? So if you start to detach back from everything, and you start to let go of your fears around a situation, you start to find that situations can move. That situation starts to move itself. Because the true stream of God's presence is always good. You just have to look at nature. It always finds a way. Now, obviously, we can say, yeah, but there's death, there's pain, there's this in nature. But the overriding thing is life always finds a way. Life continues to thrive. You know, this planet has been here for millions of years, if you look at it that way through, science, right? But life always found a way to navigate it. And that's why we're here. You're literally the expression of stardust that has been given time to find consciousness. If that's not the truth of God within this universe, I don't know what is. So that consciousness is powerful. We are literally the universe becoming aware of itself. So when you give power to the created thing, you would call it in the Bible sinning. You're sinning because there's only one God. And we're told don't worship any other God. So detachment is realizing that nothing outside of you or nothing in the form given world is powerful unless you emotionally give it that. So your emotions, rather than being the most creative part of you, are more indicators of where you are on that scale of connection to this reality. If you're at peace, if you're at ease, or even joy or love, you're above the noise of reality, and reality will bend to your will. So detachment is going, I want more money, or I want the love of my life, or I want health. But all you keep noticing is the lack of it, because emotionally you're so triggered by it, because your personality has fallen in love with the problem, unfortunately. So emotionally you are addicted to the issue. It's like becoming a drug addict. You're addicted to that chemical makeup, as Joe Dispenza would call it. But let's not go too deep into the ifs, hows and whys. Just recognize that sensation is more of an indicator to you of what the problem is, rather than that being a problem. And the problem is you emotionally embracing it. Now, don't think I'm having a go at you when I say that, because I've just been caught up in reality's dark web. You know, I've moved country and I've found some of it challenging, and I've used it like a journey to grow. But there's this wonderful quote I heard today about a lobster, right? A lobster, as it grows, doesn't know it's growing. It kind of grows as this soft, meaty thing inside a shell. And then it hits the edge of the shell and it goes, "God, I feel uncomfortable in here. It's time to let go of the limitation of this shell, go somewhere and grow another one." And that's what you want to do with life. You push yourself into situations that make you face parts of you that are holding you back, okay? Whether that's going on dates, starting that business you've always wanted to do that. And then instead of emotionally crumbling and hiding in the shell and staying in that small shell, you start to shed it and you face it by observing the emotions, and you breathe, you relax, you let it go. And from there, claim the divine truth of God within you. God is love. God is peace. God is harmony. That's how you commune with God. You go to within, you let go, you relax, you trust in divine timing. I tell you, this today has been therapeutic for me, because the mistress of reality drew me in. But the truth is this is a lifestyle that I'm trying to tell you. You must detach back from that which you want. And I'll leave you with this. Wayne Dyer said it best: infinite patience creates faster manifestations. The only thing stopping you from having patience is your emotional reactions and your need and want. If you detach back, if you observe, if you let it go, you don't need anything, because you just feel okay as you are. And then from there, claim it boldly, lovingly, knowingly, and God, or the divine, or the universe, whatever you want to call it, will guide you like water through a river, right to your goal. That's how you detach back. That's why you must detach back. And I'll see you at the next one, guys. Like I said, I did film this amazing 20-minute podcast with my wife. Would you like to see it? Comment down below and I'll post it up tomorrow. Take care, guys.